Good morning. Yep, up a little bit earlier than I wanted to be, but it's about 9 o'clock, so I probably should be up anyway. Making me some coffee here. As you can see, that system actually works pretty well. I really like my stove. I've had this for years, but it works so well. I think the little can is almost done. It's starting to get condensation on it soon, so yeah. Anyway, you can have some Folgers instant, and although I don't particularly care for Folgers when it comes to normal coffee because it gets so stale, the instant seems to work pretty well for me. So, and Tetra Pak of milk, that stuff has, until it's opened, it has a shelf life of like a year or something like that, and then it's a week or so in a cooler. So works great for camping. I'm gonna have to buy some more when I get back because I am almost out. I should have enough for this trip, but almost out. And the end of that thing of granola, which I haven't. I didn't feel like digging out the actual dishes quite yet, so I didn't. Oh well. Anyway, so I'm in Jedediah Smith State Park right now. So I have Redwoods to see a little bit before I head out. I've already taken a few pictures. This is not, as far as I can tell, is not the park with the biggest redwoods, but it certainly has a few. I mean, okay, let's not hit stop. I mean, you can see you've got some pretty mighty big trees. So, yeah. And bus sporting a new aluminum window in the back. Crap. Anyways, it works. I think I probably will end up just deleting that window anyways now, because it really has no purpose when, there is not an aisle there. All it does is makes it easier for people to see what's in your bus when you have it parked somewhere. That doesn't really do me any good, so it's probably gonna stay disappeared. Thank goodness I actually had the aluminum and the equipment and the shears and snips and everything else with me, and the tape, so I could actually fix it. Oh, looks like my coffee's ready. So saved me a bit of trouble. There were lots of people saying, "Oh, you should go and bring it to safety glass and get some new safety glass cut and everything else." Yeah, I don't think I want to put glass back in there. If I do put something back in there that's not glass, that's not the sheet metal, I think I am going to go with something along the lines of polycarbonate. It's like Lexan. But I'm actually kind of thinking right now, just leave it opaque. Maybe put a sheet of stainless steel in there and actually like rivet it in or something rather than taping it as the more permanent solution. This is weird. The camera's over here, and I'm looking straight at the phone, and it looks like I'm looking off to the right. That is weird. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, coffee's ready, and I forgot to get myself something to grab the pot with. I suck. Anyway, this is gonna be interesting. So yeah, I picked up some stop at Safeway along the way. I think it was, I don't remember, somewhere in Oregon. I can't remember the name of it. It was a cool name. Something other port, Rude's Port or something like that. I don't remember exactly. I actually looked that up and edited over top of this, but I got paper cups because, again, until I have everything dug out, I really don't feel like bothering to find the mugs. And besides, if I did find the mugs, they're not good as travel mugs anyways. So, whereas these are. So if I'm not done my coffee when it's time to go, all I have to do is just put the lid on it, which is sitting over there, which came with the set, and away I go. And I got a spot for it in the bus, the cup holder in the bus, so it works pretty nicely. Actually, I'm going to put the lid on it now. No, I think I'll leave the lid off it for now. Let it cool itself down, because I'm not going to drink it directly at boiling. Anyway, so there's definitely some nice trees here. It was really weird. Last night I got here and it started raining. I mean, it's been so dry in Washington and in Oregon and good chunk of California that they have total burn bans on. But I get here and it was raining and people had campfires. It was just kind of weird. So I guess maybe I could have brought some firewood with me, but I really didn't feel like campfire anyway. When you're doing like a one night and then go the next day, building a campfire is just a lot of extra work. Because then you got to tend to the thing and then clean up after yourself and stuff. So, but yeah, it's a nice little park. Apparently it has the only free running river left in California. Runs right through the middle of it. So I might walk down to there, because the path for that is just up the road to the right, just up there. So it's like a 0.6 mile or something like that, almost flat walk. So why not, right? But first, breakfast. Anyway, just a quick update. My goodness, that's coffee steaming a lot. Just steaming right across the frame. Anyway, okay, out for a walk. This appears to be maybe the floodplain for the river, which is just up ahead. Or it's all like beach sand. It's kind of weird. Yeah, not really beach sand, but sand anyway. So I don't really feel like walking all the way down there. So I'm gonna pick my way across these rocks and go and see the river itself. You can see you got nice big trees on the other side too. Not the huge ones, but they're definitely the right type of tree. It's like baby sequoias or something, I don't know. But yeah, this is not an even path by any means, is it? Anyways, whatever. I might as well get out here and see the river before I pack up and head down the road to the next one. I think the next park is like 40 miles or something away. Not very far. So apparently that's the Smith River. And it's the only free-flowing river left in California or something like that. Like no dams. No damn dams. Oh, not much to see down here, is there? But lots of pretty trees. And turn back towards the campground. More pretty trees. I think this whole area is state park though. So very cool. Anyway. They're not small trees, that's for sure. Hearing some bird or other up in the trees being annoying. Sounds very ravenish, maybe. Not sure what that one was. Anyways, I'm not a birder. I couldn't tell you. Let's go this way. Maybe that's the stellar jays that they warn you about. I don't know. Hey. They have signs up saying not to leave crumbs behind, because even the crumbs are a bad thing, because Stiller jays and whatnots come down and eat them. And they're a predator around here for some ocean going bird I forgot the name of. Anyway, I got a picture of the sign, but I don't remember the details. Apparently the bird, the ocean going bird, lives way up, has their nest way up in the trees. The Stiller jays come in and eat their eggs. So, you know, increasing the Stiller jay population is generally not a good thing for those other birds. Nature has a very delicate balance, and all we as humans like to do is screw it up without realizing it most of the time. Anyway, let's see, I guess maybe there's a beach way the hell down there. I don't know. Okay, now there's a big one. I think it might even be dead, but anyways, it's about, well, how to put this in perspective. Alright, let's put this in one-time zoom mode. One time. Okay. I'm standing on the other side of the road from it. It takes up the entire frame. It's about 12, 13, 14 feet wide at the base. Huge tree. Anyways, redwoods, gotta love them. So I got my makeshift workstation here for the moment. Up there is, it's got a 1 terabyte SSD in there, and plugged into it up on the top is the micro SD card from the dash cam. And right now I'm draining what's left of it onto the SSD using my laptop. And underneath I have the power thingy powering the laptop because it was dead. So charging up the laptop at the same time. So this works pretty well, I think, for the moment. But yeah, I wanted to have some footage from along the coast, and unfortunately most of that cycled out. It only has a 32 gigabyte card, and at the data rate I'm putting in there, it only had stuff from about 543? Yeah, from 543 on. So the very first video, I can actually, and apparently it doesn't even have audio, which is annoying, but the very first video seems to be in Coos Bay. Right as I had stopped behind another school bus. Imagine, of all concepts. The resolution is great. For some reason it didn't play audio, but I did have the GPS plugged in, so in the bottom left hand corner you can see the speed. You know, the GPS coordinates time actually synced GPS, although that says 544, and that's actually not local time, because it's 2 hours off. So that's actually I'm in Pacific, so Mountain Central. So that's actually in Central Time. For I don't know what reason, I couldn't find how to change it. So seemed to work, and I have it set to do 1 minute. Currently, I have it set to do 1 minute videos, clips. So they're back to back to back to back. But when it runs out of space, it starts deleting the older ones, which makes perfect sense. Unfortunately, at 135 megabytes each for a minute, I'm sure I could do the math exactly how much it can hold, but it's not enough. So either I have to drop, the next thing I'm going to try doing is dropping the resolution down to a 1080, and if that works, that's great. If not, well, we'll move on from there. yeah. So anyway, I think I'll drop it down to 1080p for the next chunk and see how that does for size and everything else, and maybe fiddle with settings and see if I can get some audio out of it. But whatever, I have footage from Coos Bay to here, basically. And we're going to see if I can get better than that next stretch. It's unfortunate because the one that I really wanted was along the Oregon coast, further up from Coos Bay, but I did not think of pulling over and swapping out cards. It did not occur to me. But I guess, you have to learn the hard way sometimes, right? Anyway, such is life. Anyway, I just had to take a quick break there. The camp host or somebody like that was coming to clean the campsite for the next person. Because it's 11:30 and checkout time's noon. And I'm just about ready. Once this thing's done copying, which says it'll be another 11 minutes, I'll pack this stuff up and close it all up and head to the next one. Which means I need to look up the details on where the next one is, and I need the phone for that. Or at least need to set up the phone for that. We shall see. But yeah, it's a very, very nice spot. I like it here. I think this is definitely on the list of places to come again. When I'm not on a trip through the place, but rather a trip to the place. This actually is a good spot to add to the list. I think actually the Beverly Beach one is as well. There are so many Oregon state parks all the way down the coast that there's lots of choice of interesting places along there. But that one was actually kind of nice. So we'll see. But the thing is still flickering away, copying away. Well, moving actually. 9 minutes to go. And I'll also move the photos off of it, but that won't take very long. I did take a couple snapshots with the thing to test it out, and it did seem to work. So it's a cool dash cam, but it's got its limitations, of course. Everything does. So anyway, yeah, getting out of here is gonna be fun too. I think I just go straight forward out there and then turn left to get out of here. Actually, let me grab my map. I do have the map. So I'm right here. Yeah, that is how to get out of here. Or I go all the way around that loop and then come back. So I think I'm going to, whether I'm supposed to or not, I'm just going to cut straight across. Well, it doesn't even, I don't even have to go really against the flow at all. I'm just cutting straight across it. But anyway, I mean, it looks on here like you have to go against the flow, but I don't really need to. It's just straight across onto this and then turn left and then turn right. That'll get me all the way out. And then I got to stop out here and actually check in, because I got here after check-in, just let them know I was here and everything else. And then I come out here, get back onto the ever so fun road that is 199. Can you get that in focus? Yeah, US 199. It's a rather interesting trip down. I'm pretty sure that the next park is down 199. Like go back down to 101 and then go down 101 further. So 101 is this way, and then squiggle, and then so. But yeah, rather interesting little place. I like it. So I took the walk I took out here and then out to here. And then came back. And then I walked back all the way down here. I missed my turn. Got somewhere about down here. I went, wait a minute. This doesn't look right. So I turned back around. Came back. And the big redwood that I saw was right about here. Side of the road. So, fun times. But I'm going to be, further into California shortly. And then the next day, I'm camping just west of, well, just a bit west of Sacramento, along the coast, somewhere near the coast anyway. And then after that, it's Berkeley, I think it was, or somewhere in the Bay Area. I think it was Berkeley. And then it's Morro Beach. And then from there, I start going east. The next one is Lake Paris, I think it's called. That was one where I had a national forest one set up, but national forest is closed, so that's not going to happen. So I rebooked quickly and took whatever was left, and it's an electrical site, which is kind of cool, but I don't need electrical, but it's there, so we'll see. And then from there, it's into Arizona and then over to New Mexico. So, anyway, that's the general plan for the next few days. But for now, let's just stop here and I shall get to this. Copying says it has 5 minutes left to go, so fun. Okay, maybe I should put my hat back on. Anyways, got here. I'm at Prairie Creek. What's it called? Prairie Creek Redwoods State Park, California. Parked. Good to go. And as you can see, we have blackberries. They are all over the place. Like, all over the place. So, I got lots of fresh blackberries to eat. If they don't want me picking them, well, that's just too bad. I'm going to do what I want to do. And actually, I'm going to do the... Hold on a sec. So, coming in was a interesting adventure. Because of the angle of the spot, I had to pull in and do a slight Austin Powers move here to actually get into the spot. I think if I went around the loop backwards, it would have been perfect. But anyways, there it is. The driver's door I can get at. There's a hole there that I walked out of to go to the water. Other than that, it's blackberry bushes all down that side of the bus. Like right up against the bus. So I wanted to make sure I had enough space to get in out the main door here. But she's parked. And parking brake on. And again, more blackberry. Blackberries, and more blackberries. Good thing I love blackberries. And more blackberries. So this is the spot. It looks like kind of weird. That's the neighbor's spot. But is this my... I think this might be one I'm supposed to use. And that's theirs from... Yeah, so I think this is supposed to be my spot here or something. Let me see what's over here. I mean, this is confusing. Okay, there's another spot marked here, I think. Oh, nobody's here yet, so I don't mind poking around and figuring things out. Okay, so this is 32, and there will be somebody here. Look, this is their spot. Okay. I think we got a shortage of picnic tables. I don't know. This looks like a really small spot here. Unless that's... Unless that is 32 all the way back there. That's possible. And there's just nobody here at the exact moment. Their tent is here and then they went back out. That is possible. Seems to make sense to me anyway. And then here's my spot. And as I said, I have a hole just big enough to get into the door through the blackberries. This is my spot. So they macheted their way through the blackberries here. Have somewhere for me to park. Then yeah, so I think that is the next spot there. And this is my, wow, this is a big spot. This would be my spot here. Well, I don't need anywhere near that. Although, if I were staying for several days, this would be an awesome spot. And this comes out into the back of someone else's spot, looks like. Sorry, doggies. Yeah. You've been good doggies. And then over here would be the bathroom. Okay. I don't need the bathroom anyway. So, anyway, a bit of exploring to do. Fun times. Look, a better version, more readable version of the sign than what I had at the other place. This one's not all messed up. Cool. Yeah, so it's the murrelet that they're worried about. Okay. Anyways. Here flapping above my head. I know he's hiding now. There he is. So apparently, I have a stellar jay here. Apparently, he wants to eat the blackberries. I guess I shouldn't eat them all then, because that is his food. And now he's up on a branch. Well, that's cool. I'll be good. I'll have like a few berries and that's all. You can have the rest, birdie. Yeah, so I set up to do some video editing and stuff sitting here. Went to go grab the other cable here so I can hook up the USB hub to the phone so I can pull the video from the phone and put it on the SSD as well. So that's the general idea. As you can see, I got a fair amount of a fair amount of power left in the. And you can also see how it multiplexes. That's kind of cool. I wonder if that shows up in the final video or not. It sure shows up on the screen here. Anyways, so right now my computer is drawing 25 watts. It's not bad. Bet you I was playing games that would go up significantly. Oh. It heard me. Anyways, I think it's got plenty of power in it to power the laptop for a while. So I can do some stuff, and then I can recharge that in the bus as we drive along. Don't need to get the generator out yet, which is good because I really don't want to. It's kind of buried behind a pile of stuff. So anyways, off to do some sorting of video. Looks like we have visitors. Don't know what they are exactly. Seems they're very interested in browsing what's on the ground. Look like quail. Maybe. I don't know, but there's a bunch of them. That tuft on the head makes me think quail. Hi, birdies. It's okay. You eat. I'm not stopping you from eating. Uh-uh. Give it some sunshade here. Yeah. Little wusses is what they are. Well, the dog doesn't seem to bother them. Still more of them over here. And a whole bunch of them. They're back there now somewhere. It's over my shoulder. I can't really see. I'm not sure how much the sun is screwing that shot up to. Hold on a sec. There we go. That's better. Put my hand over the lens. Yeah, they're browsing all over the place. Good birdies. I'm just gonna have to look those up though once I have internet. See what they are. These ones are directly in front of me. Don't run away. And we have more critters. Looks like chipmunk or ground squirrel. It looks like a chipmunk to me. Really like blackberries as well. Not terribly surprised by that. Man, blackberries are delicious. He's what? I'd say about 10 feet or so away from me. Sitting there chowing down even though I'm talking. You're cute, Chippy. I have it on Zoom, obviously. So you can see the little bugger. Just zoom it out just a bit. No, not in, out. There we go. Oh, you had to face the other direction? You little bugger. I'm over here. Pose for the camera. There are lots of berries up there, though. Smart Chippy. Guess when you sit here quietly long enough, they start coming out of the woodwork. It was even after I went and go put some stuff back in the bus. He's relatively accustomed to humans. Assuming it's a he. I'm not going to bother trying to sex this stupid thing. Not my style. Yeah, chow down. That's right. Anyway, very cute. Yeah, so there's definitely wildlife here in California. Kind of cool, actually. More wildlife than I've seen in most parks I've been in the last year. Yeah, so I'm looking at trying to convert my video so I can edit and stuff. And I realized that I either need to bring out the little mini computer and hook it up as well, or I need to do this in a virtual machine. So at the moment I'm trying in the virtual machine and rewriting my scripts to use FFmpeg. So, because it's can be way faster, and for the quality you get anyway. So I don't know, we'll see. So you can see it's doing it relatively quickly, actually. And let me just take a look and see what the output looks like. I said, yeah, so what I was just doing was this guy here. And of course it has to pop up behind everything. So I'm not seeing any blocking artifacts, that's good. So that was the main thing I was worried about here. When I did it with GStreamer, the way I was doing it earlier, I was getting a lot of blocking artifacts. So I started changing my defaults and used FFmpeg to do it while I was at it. So that actually is not too bad there. That's cool. This is, by the way, this video is just outside of Coos Bay on the 101. Seems to be doing a pretty good job to me. By the way, I was driving with the window open, so hence the extra road noise. But there will be more video, I'm sure, as I go along, that is not as road noisy, because today I turned off sorry, I changed the resolution so it was 1080p directly rather than larger than that, which is, this is actually larger than 1080p as a source. So, and then I checked, and the audio was on the whole time. It's just I had it turned completely down for VLC somehow for playback, so I didn't hear it, which is just weird. But as soon as I turned the volume up, I'm like, hey, there is audio there. So, but I was driving today with the window closed a fair amount of the time because it's just getting a little bit too cold. The nice cool air outside with the fog was just cooling me off too fast. So I closed the windows, which made it, of course, driver's side window, which makes it, of course, a lot quieter in the bus. So then I could hear the road noise from the front door where the kids normally get on. I couldn't hear it at all before, so because, well, it was making so much noise right beside my head. And actually, the point in time when I closed it was just about right around when I was allowed to do 65 miles an hour, and it's like, this is just too loud. So too loud, and I'm getting too cold, so I closed the window. So, but as a interesting thing, though, I have to remember to insert screenshot here. But I actually got on the last leg from Oregon down here into California, where the prices are ridiculous for diesel. I got 15.5 miles a gallon. That's higher than I've ever gotten in the bus, and normally it was peaking out somewhere around 14. So I guess I was driving it right, because it was even better on fuel. That's measured miles a gallon, measured miles, and actual number of gallons added to the tank from where it was back up to full, and from where, because I keep filling it every time, so I actually can measure the gas mileage quite easily, and I'm tracking that in an app. So yeah, I took a screenshot of the output on the app. It was rather impressive, I think. The lowest I've seen so far is around 8, and that was a little while ago. But recently it's been 12, 13, 14, and then this time 15.5. It's like, well, okay. Especially when the fuel prices are so high, it's like almost just shy of $5 per gallon in Crescent City. I should have waited, because down a little bit further, I got to Klamath, and a little bit further down, it started dropping a little bit. It's still ridiculously high, but not as ridiculously high. It was like 560 something, I think, the last one I saw. which, sorry, 460, 560, geez, no, 460 something, as opposed to the 320, 329.99, and 329.9 it was back in Washington, and the 359.9 it was in Oregon when I filled. Yeah, taxes are wonderful, aren't they? But still have a few more days in California to deal with that nonsense. But yeah, but now I have pretty much full tank because I went like 40 miles or something on this particular tank. So I'll check my schedule tomorrow, see how many miles it is to the next one. But you know, it can easily do, like, I did like 160 something miles last one, and it took 15 gallons, uh, or something, or is it 200? 1 second, I have that. Let me see here. Yeah, it was 200. Sorry, I misspoke. It was 240, just shy of 240 miles, and it was 15 gallons. So, and that was less than half a tank. So if it's like 200 and something miles to the next stop tomorrow, I'll get fuel after my stop tomorrow rather than before, because I really didn't go very far today. And I have actually a spare 5 gallons in the back. I don't want to have to use it, and right now my fuel gauge is not working. It was working 2 days ago. Yesterday it was pegged on full the entire time, even though I knew it was, really did know it was not full. And after I filled it this time, it's still pegged on full. So I don't know. I don't get it. It did this to me once before and then it stopped doing it. So I don't know. I even stopped at the side of the road and double checked to make sure the tank was pressurized properly, which it was. So I don't know, but it seems to be running fine. I mean, it got better gas mileage than before, but at the same time, I'm wondering how well my turbo is working. I'm sure it is working, but I'm wondering how well it's working, because it is a dog going up hills anyways. So I mean, I don't mind. I mean, as long as they have passing lanes, I'm not holding anybody up anyways. Going up the hills, like, speed limit's 55, I'm going like 45 up the hill, and it's not holding anybody up. It doesn't bother me much. I mean, I'd rather be doing the speed limit, but I'd also rather not wail on the engine. So I'm sure if I put my foot right down, it probably would do the speed limit the whole way up the hill. But then also my gas mileage is going to go way down, and it's going to be sitting there putting a lot of undue stress on the engine and on the transmission, for that matter. And when I have done that a few times in the past, you can see the temperature gauge just start rising and rising and rising and rising, and then you hear the fans kick in and it starts dropping a little bit. And as soon as you take your foot off, like as soon as it actually levels out or start going downhill, and you take your foot off the gas and like try to maintain speed, and when it's not just like absolutely wailing the engine, it drops right back down. Like in about a minute, it drops right back down. So the cooling system's working. But if you go at very high revs, well, for a diesel, very high revs up a hill, it heats up pretty fast. So I'm trying not to kill my engine, especially not while I'm far from home. So you don't want a dead engine right now. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm trying to take it a bit easy on it. I'm actually, don't recall where in the bus they are right now. I have at least 1 can of seafoam in there, which I probably should add to the fuel at some point. Something to raise the cetane a little bit, and also help clean keep the injectors clean. It does seem to clack a bit when I start it up, but once the engine's warmed up, it just goes right back to purring like an angry kitten. So I can't complain too much. It seems to be doing fine. So it's been a pretty good trip so far. In case anybody's wondering what hat is, we got it's that Colorado Rockies hat. Yeah, Stepson was asking why I was wearing a Crown Royal hat. I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh, alright, yeah. Guess he does have a point. It kind of is the right colors even. Probably should go make a hat from his Crown Royal bag at some point. That'd be interesting. Anyways, whatever. Oh, and by the way, there is approximately 0 cell coverage at this park, which is sad, but I'm out camping. What the heck do I need that for? But it is nice to have, so I can, upload videos and things. But I'll live, and we'll see how long it is before I have good internet again. But basically, I really don't need it here. Once I leave the campground, get back on 101, I'm sure, which is not very far away actually, I'm sure that I'll get a signal again, and then I can use it for DNS purposes. No, DNS. For navigation purposes, my brain is screwy. Anyways, for navigation purposes, get me to the next one, which is again down 101 and then off some side road once I get there. So I don't need I don't need the I don't need LTE or anything like that to get me out to 101. That should be really dead easy from here. I just go exit the park, turn right, back on the road that went squiggly through the woods, and the other end of it is right on 101. Very close to here, like a few miles away from here. So I expect they'll have cell towers down there. I was hoping originally when I got here that the stated planned power outage meant that a cell tower is down too, but nope, no cell. Oh well. I mean, I could pull out the LTE router and see if with a better antenna I can find something, but I don't feel like it. I'll deal without it. I've got lots of video to mess with in the meantime, and that'll keep me going for a bit. And of course, then you got the power pack thingy. It's down 1 bar now. I actually changed the laptop to, instead of peaking out at 60% battery, peak out at 100% because I'm going to kind of need it for the next little bit. So that's a setting that ASUS has on their gaming laptops to basically add on the setting that would save the battery, make the battery last longer. Oh, okay. Crumbs all over me. Anyway, make the battery last longer. But at the moment, I want better battery time, not better battery overall life. So, pretty nice day out. I am not really in the mood for walking right now. We do have plenty of fairly large trees around here, but we're right on the edge of the redwood forest. Historically, this park part of it had been clear cut before, and part of it has the redwoods still there, and they are trying to reforest the parts that are clear cut. There's right by the entrance between here and the main road that goes through, that squiggly road, there are pastures, which is where they get the name Prairie, Elk Prairie Campground. There are big open pastures there where apparently elk frequent it daily, which is cool. Not so cool if you're an elk and somebody comes out here with a gun, I guess, but I'm pretty sure that's against the law. So no hunting in the park. But I didn't see anyone when I was driving by, but apparently that's what this park is actually famous for, is the number of elk that are there. So that's pretty cool. And the redwoods, as I say, like not many of them right where I am. There are some relatively close by, decent sized ones, but I guess there's one, like that camera around there, There's one just beside the next campsite. Two, but they're not the huge ones. I mean, they're not tiny or anything, but they're not. You can drive your car through this size. I'm not sure where that one actually is. I think that's in the national park side, which I'm not going to. So I don't know exactly where that one is. The actual north tip of the Redwood National Park is just east of this park. So it, like I was looking on the map, it comes up the side. Where's my map? It comes up right beside this park. So, and then goes down further south from there. Let me just open a map here. Yeah. Whoops. Dropped the phone. Smart. So, yeah. I'm down Elk Prairie Campground. You see 101's not that very far away. Yeah, where is that scale? Yeah, 101 is less than a mile away. Really? Less than a mile away, and I have no cell service off of a main highway. And I guess those mountains in between are, well, hills between. There's a ridge there. That's probably what's doing it. I'm sure they have towers along the highway, but I'm not right along the highway. Anyways, you can see the Redwood National Park goes up the side of this park, right around 101. That's the north end of the park, the Redwood National Park. And if you look at this little map there, you can see the most of the Redwood National Park is south of here. So, but the very northern part of it is right here. And yeah, apparently the Redwoods are split up between national and state park. They have an agreement to maintain them together, sort of thing. So, fun times. Anyway, map away. Yeah, it's rather interesting history of this area, and native tribes, of course, got pushed out. When people found gold right along the coast out here, the natives got, as usual, trampled and hunted down and given nasty diseases that were never native to the area. So, as tends to happen when you have, people from other areas coming in, it's disastrous. But apparently they're actually regrowing their tribe. The blurb in the map was saying that they've managed to start. What's the word they use for it? Rebuilding their traditions and their language, and it sounds cool to me. It's a shame what our ancestors have done to others in the name of greed, mostly. It's just shameful. But I had no part of it. But that doesn't mean I can't feel bad for them. I'm actually quite happy that they've managed to go back to some of their old ways as much as possible these days. But yeah, apparently they were also kind of like the further up north along the coast. They did the dugout canoes and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm rambling. I should get back to editing video. Ciao.